Once upon a time, in a vibrant village, there lived a beautiful young lady named Ifunanya. She was 18 years old and had a heart full of dreams. Everyone in the village admired her for her kindness and grace. Ifunanya was especially known for her love for a boy named Obika, who was 25 years old. Their love was like a bright flower that everyone could see. They would often stroll by the river, laughing and talking about their future. The villagers loved to watch them, saying, "Look at Ifunanya and Obika. They are so in love." One day, a rich business tycoon named Honourable Charles came to the village. He had a grand plan: to marry Ifunanya. When her parents learned about this, they were thrilled. They thought marrying Charles would secure a bright future for their daughter. But Ifunanya's heart belonged to Obika. She wanted to wait for him, for they had made a promise. Obika had promised her that he would marry her when he was ready, and they sealed their love with a blood covenant, vowing never to leave each other. As time passed, Ifunanya finished her studies at university and got a job at a big firm. Obika, too, had dreams of becoming a doctor. He got admission to medical school but faced a problem. He had no money to pay for his fees. Ifunanya couldn't bear to see Obika struggle. So, she took it upon herself to support him. Every semester, she paid for his tuition, books, and everything he needed. They were happy together, knowing that their love was strong. Years flew by, and soon Obika graduated as a certified medical doctor. But something changed in him. He began to distance himself from Ifunanya. He stopped calling her and wouldn't answer her calls. One day, he told her, "Ifunanya, you're too old for me now, and I have someone else I want to marry." Ifunanya felt her heart break into a million pieces. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. Days turned into weeks, and Ifunanya couldn't eat or sleep. She cried herself to sleep every night, missing Obika more than ever. In her sadness, she decided to visit Onisha, the maternal river. She believed that if she could cry out to the river, it might help ease her pain. When she arrived, she sat by the water and wept. Suddenly, she felt a gentle tap on her shoulder. Turning around, she saw a beautiful goddess, the goddess of the river. "Why are you so sad, dear child?" the goddess asked. Ifunanya poured her heart out, explaining how Obika had left her. The goddess listened intently. "Do not worry," the goddess said softly. "I will take revenge on Obika for his betrayal. Return home, and I shall handle the rest." With that, the goddess vanished into the mist. Meanwhile, Obika was living a life that seemed perfect. He married and had children, but happiness was fleeting. Calamity struck when he lost his job unexpectedly. Obika was devastated. As if that wasn't enough, one day, while playing, his 2 children fell into a well and tragically drowned. His heart was shattered. To make matters worse, his wife became very ill. She suffered from a stroke and, despite his efforts to care for her, she passed away. Obika was left with nothing but sorrow. Feeling lost and hopeless, he wandered the streets searching for help. He visited many places, but nothing seemed to work. He was drowning in despair. One day, a mad woman approached him. She looked unkempt and hungry, and she asked him for the bread he held in his hand. It was all he had to eat that day. After a moment of thought, he decided to give it to her. The mad woman took the bread and smiled. "You must find Ifunanya and apologize," she said. "If she forgives you, your curse will be broken." Before Obika could ask her anything, she vanished. He felt a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, he could find Ifunanya again. Obika began his search, but it wasn't easy. He learned that Ifunanya had moved abroad. This news broke his heart all over again, but he believed that one day he would see her again. Years passed, and life became even tougher for Obika. He struggled every day, missing Ifunanya and regretting how he had treated her. One Christmas holiday, Ifunanya returned to Nigeria to celebrate with her family. While walking through the market, she saw a beggar. Her heart sank as she recognized him. It was Obika. "Obika," she gasped, tears filling her eyes. He looked so different, worn down by hardship. Obika looked up, his eyes filled with regret. "Ifunanya, I'm so sorry for how I treated you. Please forgive me. They embraced, and memories of their old days came flooding back. Ifunanya felt a mix of emotions, sadness for what had happened, but also joy in seeing him again. Let's go to mmiri Onisha, Ifunanya suggested. We can break the curse together. They made their way to the river, where the goddess had once spoken to Ifunanya. At the riverbank, they prayed together, asking for forgiveness and healing. Suddenly, the waters began to shimmer, and the goddess appeared again. Your love was strong, but betrayal brought sorrow. You have both forgiven each other, and the curse is now broken. Obika felt a great weight lift from his shoulders. He knew he could start anew, thanks to Ifunanya's kindness. Ifunanya gave Obika money to help him get back on his feet. You can rebuild your life, she said encouragingly. With time, Obika began to find hope again. He secured a new job and started to regain his confidence. The villagers watched as his life slowly improved. As they spent more time together, Ifunanya and Obika rekindled their love. They laughed and shared dreams, just like they used to. Ifunanya reminded Obika of the importance of resilience. No matter how hard life gets, we must always rise again, she said. Obika nodded, grateful for her support. I was foolish to leave you. You were my strength all along. Together, they decided to take their love further. They talked about marriage, and this time, Obika was ready. With blessings from their families and the goddess, they wed in a joyful ceremony. The village rejoiced, and their love story became an inspiration to many. As the years went by, Ifunanya and Obika built a life filled with happiness and love. They helped others in need, sharing their fortune and kindness. Their story taught the villagers about the power of love, forgiveness, and resilience. They learned that true love can endure trials and hardships, and that supporting one another can lead to a brighter future. Moral of the story: true love requires patience, understanding, and forgiveness. Even when times are tough, supporting each other can lead to a brighter future.